Hey guys, this is Dr. Polly. Now we're going to do the angle support, okay, out of chapter 6. If you look at this, the quick and dirty approach would be to start from this side, which we'll call the front, and we're just going to draw this shape, and we'll extrude it. Then we'll come back and we'll do a full round on this side. We'll just cut our holes out and cut that little groove out, and that's pretty much it. It's not too complicated of a part. The only part that might throw you off is this right here, this angle, 30 degrees, because if you notice the angle is to the center. Okay, that's important to note, because if you do the angle to any other part, it might be slightly off because it's coming from the center through the center line. If you do the center to this edge, it's going to alter it by about a degree or so, like that. So that's the only trick to this one right here. So let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to do an extrusion, and I said we're going to do it from the front plane here. And I'm going to start off with 2 circles, my inside circle and my outside circle. And we'll go ahead and set the dimension to the outside circle so it'll scale everything else up. And it's got a radius of 0.5, so the diameter is 1. The inside has got a diameter of 0.75. Alright, now we're done. I'm just kidding. Now, I'm going to get 2 construction lines, okay? We'll do it this way. I would do it a different way, but that's taking some shortcuts you guys might not be ready for. So let's go ahead and take a center line and make it come out from an angle. And we'll also do another construction line coming straight out from there. Okay. Notice this one's constrained because I have it affixed to the origin, and it's also horizontal. Okay. The point's not constrained because it doesn't have a distance to it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to take a standard line, and I'm going to just draw like that. Okay. And I'm going to take it, hit escape. I'm going to grab these 2 lines, control, clips like that. I'm going to make them parallel. Alright. I need to go ahead and put a angle in here of 30 degrees. If you notice, as long as that line's still parallel, I can switch sides from it. It doesn't matter. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and offset that line. Do I want to offset it? Yeah, let's go ahead and offset it. I'm going to offset this line, and the distance is going to be the thickness, which is 0.2. Alright, so there's that. Now, from this line to here, it's going to be half that distance. So, smart dimension from here to here, 0.1, so that's half that thickness. Now here, I got several options. Let's play with extend a little bit. I'm going to extend that line and that line back. Like that. Now, the reason this is like that is because I still had that from an earlier one. I still had that closed features with a line option. So I'm just going to delete that line, and then I'm going to trim. We'll go ahead and cut so it becomes one shape. Now, this has this locked in. Okay, notice that the angle is to the center line, and I've just centered this piece on it of 0.2. Alright, now let's get the length. Now, the length has to be by the center. Okay. No, not really. It could be from here too. So let's just go ahead and do that. Smart dimension, origin to this end point here, and that distance is going to be 1.75. Okay, so we're good there. So that's fully constrained. Everything's happy. Now over here we're going to do something similar, except I'm going to draw. I'm just going to draw a rough shape of this. And I'm actually going to connect it to the end point of that construction line, because I'm going to use that construction line as the dimension. So I'm going to go from here, and it's also 1.75. Okay, but I need to make sure I have enough meat on it so I can do that half round or that full round on the end. So I need to know what that radius is. And that radius, if you look, let me just pull the book over here real quick and look. Here's the 175 from here to here, which is the center point. I need to add that radius to it. That radius is 375 right there, 375 thousandths. So I'm going to say 1.75 plus 0.375 because, I don't want to have to do the math. And there it is. Alright, so let's go ahead and attach the rest of our dimensions on it. From the center to this point, or this line, is 1.5. Okay, and you'll notice those are fully, those should be defined. See it? The line is black. The only thing I don't have is the height here. And again, we're looking at 0.2 thickness. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to dimension from here to here half that distance, which is 0.1, and then this is 0.1 thickness, so from here to here is going to be 0.05. Okay, so that's fully defined. I'm going to go ahead and do a mirror on that, so I don't have to do it again. So entities to mirror, I want this, 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 and I'm going to leave, let's go ahead and do it. I'll go ahead and do that. Then we'll say mirror about this line, so it makes a mirror image, and we'll say, okay, we're happy with that. There that is. What I don't like is that extra point right here. Alright, so it's just annoying, so I'm going to delete that out. Yes, can't be because of that. Okay. Alright, we'll just leave it with that. Alright, so anyways, there we go. I need to trim, cut out that section here. And now it's all one piece. Alright, so we're good. Let's finish it. Flip it around a little bit. Its width is 0.75. And now I'm going to do, as promised, I'm going to put a fillet, I'm going to put a full round on the end of it. And the way a full round works, since I've already got the diameter laid out, I pick a side, I pick the face around, and I pick the other side. Like that. And there she is. And say OK. So there's that. Now I just got to punch some holes into it. So we're going to do a cut on this surface, and it shares the same center, so that makes my life a lot easier. So find the center, draw the circle, dimension that circle. It's 0.25 diameter. Good. Cut up to surface, this bottom surface. We're good. The next one is the same as something similar. So here. This one we have to locate, so I'm just going to draw a circle. I'm going to dimension that circle. It's got a diameter of 0.25 as well. From here to here is 0.5 distance, and it's centered. So that would be half of 7.5. So from here to here is going to be 0.75 divided by 2, because I'm lazy. So there we go. Alright, again, cut up to surface, the surface, we're good. Okay. Now we got one more thing to do, and that's that slot right here. So I'm going to say another extrude cut right here. And what it does is when you do that, it orients that plane perpendicular to you. Okay, so you're looking at it straight on. If you ever move it and you want to get back to that plane looking straight at you, just hit Control-8. Okay. So we'll do a circle. The diameter of that circle is 0.4 because it's got a radius of 0.2. So diameter is 0.4. We'll position it. It's a 1/2 inch from here, and it's centered. So 0.75 divided by 2, like that. And we got that little groove to cut out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, let's just take a rectangle and snap to this point, and I'm just going to draw it like that. First thing I'm going to do is find the midpoint on this line right here, and hold Control and grab the center of that, and I'm going to align them horizontal so it's now the midpoint. And the midpoint is lined up to the center of the circle. The width of this is 0.1, and because I did that, it'll go evenly from the midpoint. So 0.1 thickness is good. I don't need to do anything else except for trim. So I'll trim out this junk right here and cut that right there. Now we have that shape. Alright. That's all she wrote on that. There's no fillets on it that I see. Seems like there would be, but there's not. Not even a small one. Alright, so we're finished with that. So we'll finish that. Exit my sketch. Gonna roll that around. We'll do up to surface here, and we're good. And there she is. Alright, there's your finished angle support.